Okay, so let's start the day by looking at a bit of broader context of today's discussion. So I'm going to talk about EU and multilingualism, and also about these two cryptic words like self-digital, self-automated translation. What do they mean? As you may all know, the European Union has 24 official languages, and there are about 60 major regional or minority languages in Europe on top of the official ones. And the equality of the EU official languages is guaranteed by the European legal basis. There's the European Charter of Fundamental Rights and Treaty on European Union that guarantee the protection of linguistic and cultural diversity in EU, and also protection against discrimination based on language, and also guarantees the rights of the citizens to address the EU in their own language, and also the right to receive a response in the same language. And also all binding EU legislation is published in all official EU languages. So it is clear that the EU is committed to supporting multilingualism. In practice, it supports foreign language learning, exchange programs of students, also gives support for language technologies in research and innovation programs, and supports also machine translation in public administrations, and also deployment of mature language technologies through a Connecting Europe Facility program. So now we have ended up with 24 languages, but it all started with only 4 languages in the European communities. So there were 4 languages and 12 language pairs, and with this new, let's say with 24 languages, we have 552 language pairs already. So it's a huge amount, and also the amount of text has multiplied and is multiplying all the time. And to respond to this huge challenge of multiple languages and huge volumes of text, we need better tools for translators to improve their efficiency. And we also need to automate tasks that can be automated. And by improving the quality and coverage of automated translation, we enable modern and efficient multilingual Europe. By far, the EU has already supported multilingualism in digital Europe, and there have been advancements in language technologies and also success stories as a result of EU-funded projects, for example, in the field of machine translation, language resources, standards and workflows for language processing, and tools for terminology work, and so on. So we can say that now the language technology can deliver effective multilingual support to public online services to complement the valuable work of translators. It's not to say that translators won't be needed anymore, on the contrary, but the challenge is so big that we really need to look at different options of automation as well. Another initiative with multilingual challenges is a very recent one. It's the digital single market strategy that was announced in May this year. And its aim is to create up to 230 billion euros in additional growth jobs and a vibrant knowledge-based society. And of course, the languages are there, the multilingualism is there, and it's considered as a barrier which has to be tackled somehow. There are surveys which say that, for example, 90% of European consumers prefer to browse websites in their own language, and that 42% of multilingual internet users never purchase online products and services in languages other than their own. So language barriers affect private and public services, and digital public sector is also part of the digital single market strategy. So what is this famous CEF digital? So let's start by asking what is CEF. It's a program called Connecting Europe Facility, which has been created by a regulation from 2013, and the program runs from 2014 up to 2020. And this regulation establishes conditions, methods and procedures for providing EU financial assistance to trans-European networks, and it covers the sectors of transport, telecommunications and energy. And part of the telecommunications package is this digital, CEF digital. It refers to pan-European digital service infrastructures in different domains, such as justice, procurement, health, social security, safer internet, dispute resolution, cultural heritage, open data portal. These are the ones which are now on board, and there may be others coming. So the idea is to have a cross-border service which is hopefully, which will also become multilingual. So our part is to plug in an automated translation platform in order to make these digital service infrastructures multilingual. And this program is using mature technologies. It's not about research, it's about deploying existing working technologies. Why do we have it? So the aim is, of course, to improve the competitiveness of the European economy and to promote the interconnection and interoperability of national, regional and local networks. And also to promote access to such networks and thus supporting the development of digital single markets. As I said, we cannot avoid it. The European digital single market is multilingual. And the pan-European public services address the whole EU. And since we don't have a lingua franca among public administrations in Europe, we need some sort of solution in order to make these services multilingual. Human translation alone, it's not a feasible task to use human translation. Also because of the speed, you may, or the citizen may need translation for his complaint right away when he writes the complaint, or let's say within one day, or so we are talking about almost instant translation needs. And also using human translators for such tasks only would be extremely expensive, so not feasible. So the automated translation platform aims at as I said, aims at deploying mature language technologies in a secure platform to make public digital services equally usable by all EU users, irrespective of their working language and language skills. So it's about equality as well, and to facilitate cross-border information exchange in public administrations. So what is your role in all this? In order to develop a proper automated translation platform, we need linguistic data, so-called language resources, in all EU languages. So you, the member states, should take ownership of their own language and make sure that their language is adequately supported in the automated translation platform of Connecting Europe facility. So your involvement and help are essential for these efforts to succeed. And the European Language Resource Coordination Consortium initiative is funded through the CEF digital program to facilitate this process. What will be the advantages for you? The automated translation platform provides a service free of charge for member states' administrations. Well, we can guarantee free of charge for the duration of the CEF program until 2020 for sure. And we are not 100% sure what happens afterwards, but this is what we know. You can use it to translate documents, messages, and snippets of text. And it enables sharing of information and better understanding. And it will make pan-European public services more accessible to your citizens and administrators by reducing the language barrier. For example, companies in your country can participate in calls for tenders in other EU countries, and your citizens can find about their rights in the EU. They can file complaints, access legal documents, or use health services in the EU in their own language. So if you have any immediate questions, please don't hesitate to ask, or if when we have the break, just come and talk to me, and if there's anything which is not clear, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.